Miracles happen all the time, don't they? What does a miracle even mean? It's a miracle! Miracles exist throughout the ages. They've been lifting people up for aeons. And I want to talk about how to attract more miracles in your life. What that actually looks like. Miracles happen all the time. Historic example of somebody who did miracles is one of my personal heroes, Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, she is said to do many miracles, but I'll just name one of them. One is she saved her country, France, without even using any weapon. She killed nobody, and she changed the course of history. If that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. That's one. But number two, there was a particular instance that has been told, some have different stories, that actually happened in her life that I will convey and act out for you. There's a play called St. Joan by Bernard Shaw, very famous playwright, and there's a scene that I'll act out in a second, like I said, that talks about when she was not always taken seriously as, I'm here to save the country France. She knew in her bones that's what she was here to do. And she went to see the uncrowned king, called the Dauphin. And when she was to receive him, they played a trick on Joan to try and see if she was the real deal. And when she went into the hall of people, she said, "Go see the king." And she went up to the king, and there was a guy who was dressed up as the king who did not look like it would be. She just knew it wasn't him. And she went up to someone else in the room and said, "Do not hide. You are the Dauphin. You are the king." And people were amazed that she knew who it was. But there is something that some scholars have said that, well, it's obvious she knew that she would be tested. However, she still chose the right person. That's where we get into the topic of miracles. I'm going to act out the scene. It was either before or after it had happened. I think it might have been after. But here is an exchange between Cauchon, the very religious cardinal type figure, and another one who doubts that Joan is who she says she is, that she's not a saint. Who is she to be this kind of person? So here is the Cauchon. Here I go. And I'll explain it after, and it'll be interesting. You're not so accustomed to miracles as I am. It's part of my profession. But that would not be a miracle at all. Why not? Well, come, what is a miracle? A miracle, my friend, is an event which creates faith. That is the purpose and nature of miracles. They may seem very wonderful to the people who witness them, and very simple to those who perform them. That does not matter. If they confirm or create faith, then they are true miracles. Even if there are frauds, do you mean? Frauds deceive. A miracle is an event which creates faith. Therefore, it is not a fraud, but a miracle. Now, if you want to rewatch that again and dissect that, one way of interpreting it is whether or not she actually chose him based on the fact that she had this intuition, using her third eye, whatever you want to call it, her voice of God, her whatever it is, that she knew who he was, or that it was reasoning and logic and she figured it out that way. Regardless of the way it happened, the end result was still that people believed, because people didn't have to believe, but they did. And that was the miracle. It wasn't necessarily that Joan believed or not, as you heard me say. One of the things he says, it does not matter whether she believed or not, but that she did that and achieved that. That is the miracle, that she inspired people to act. She inspired them to be inspired. That is part of what a miracle is. So a miracle, yes, it is an event, and people can witness it, and sometimes people perform them. Again, I'll give you an example. I have, or I'm sure you have. Let's think about you. Everyone is intuitive. You knew something about somebody or something that was to happen, and it just was, and it did come to be in that way. And maybe it was simple to you. It may not have been, it might have been natural. Whether it was now, oh my God, or, oh yeah, I just know. But the person believed is a miracle. I'll give you another example. Why I transitioned from giving readings to, again, my book, Easy Enlightenment, Transform Your Life in 30 Days, from a more of a sharing and inspiring people to be able to do the work that I can do. I also have a workshop I've given on intuition. But for today, let's just talk about experiences that I had when I gave readings. I was tested just like she was. When I went to give readings at a very famous place called the Drake Hotel, gave a reading for free, and I did not ask any information, and I just gave what I had. I was tested. There were one or two people who came. I'm sure you've seen on TV. There are real people who are psychic. There are people who aren't, who have proven that they have been able to show what they know. There was an instance where I knew somebody's name. I didn't always get names when I've given readings and give readings, but I did get a name. I haven't always get names when I give readings, but there was a time I got a very particular name, and it was, I didn't just say a name, but it was like, this is related to this you in this way. And even though, or it could be their name. Like I could say, your name is David. And oh my God, how did you know my name is David? And you know that there was no cold reading, you didn't see their ID, you never heard anyone say your name. And it's like, wow. Now, did that change your life? No. But the miracle is, you are like, oh my God, this is real. So that's one way. That leads into my next point of being impossible. Like, look at him, he's going through the veil of what is possible or impossible. Who says that you can't talk to somebody in dreams? Who says that you can't know things that you don't understand, that you come to know and that help you? Miracle of getting wisdom, miracle of changing your life and feeling good, which leads me into my next one. I'm going to give you a how-to, not just a, oh yeah, I believe in this. Okay, you got me, Lewis. I'm believing in you. I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. Do what you do. More than that, it's stretching ourselves that you can and others can change. Now, I don't want to say you should live your life going around saying, I'm going to change you, I'm going to change them. People can change. The most important person, you. Yes, you in the mirror, you in front of the screen, whether that's on the phone, computer, wherever you are today. You. Yeah, you. You can change. That is a miracle. You can change your thoughts. You can change your feelings. As I say in my book, Transform Your Life in 30 Days. That is a miracle. That is a miracle that is not just one thing and you're done. Miracles that you see throughout your life. It's how we choose to view life. See the impossible as possible. As they say in the book Alice in Wonderland, I may have said this before, but I say it again, I love it and it inspires me. Why I sometimes think of 6 impossible things before breakfast. I really strongly suggest you do it. I talk about it in my book. Something that really actually transpired when I did that. And if you want to think like millionaires do, like being rich, think rich, feel rich, think and grow rich, that kind of mentality, if you're in the success, less about the spiritual, more about the, okay, let's see the results. This is what creators, the dreamers, the people that want to create amazing experiences for themselves and others in life do. If you look at air travel, like that in itself, planes, the amount of, if you ever really looked up in the sky and see how much is going on in the sky, like that is miraculous. Back in think of the 1930s, if you talk to somebody who lived in the 1930s and you transported them now, there are of course some who are still alive from there, but take them now and look at the sky and you show them, they would be like, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, wow. And you remember what we had? You know, the miracles. And it started with someone believing they could create it. And it's the same with you. Really, it's not just, I don't want you to just leave today from this message of, yes, I believe. Yeah, I want you to believe in miracles. Absolutely. But I want you to start seeing them more in your life and actually using them to your advantage. realizing that you are a co-creator in the most real, true sense of real life. How were you asked to co-create? Well, don't ask so specific of how or why. And I'm with you. Some of them, I know you in the back of the room might be thinking, that's all wishy-washy new age talk. That's nice. You're not saying how or why. I'm with you. Sometimes I kind of roll my eyes going, oh God. But here, just think good thoughts, good vibes. One more time, I'm gonna scream. Example, you can manifest things to happen, but I don't want you to get confused. Sometimes miracles, how they appear in this 3D, we're gonna talk about dimensions. We're talking in 3D here on Earth. Sometimes we can get messages that we actually created ourselves. Now it's a small little pill for people to swallow. Yeah, you are a co-creator, and some of the things you attract in your life, you're like, oh my God, I saw a sign. I asked to see like 3 purple monkeys, and I actually saw this sign that had 5 purple monkeys, but it was pretty close. And yeah, that's great, but you manifested that, and you attracted it, or you came across it, or you made it happen, or whatever the reason is. But does that mean that's what's the true message for you? And that's where you put it out there and let go of just allow and be. Do not confuse miracles with projection. In fact, to simplify it, do not confuse miracles with projection. Isn't life more fun with miracles? Like, for me, I think it is. What do you think? Like, if you could live a life where you could see the miraculous. Now, it may not be every day. It could be some days you're seeing it and some days you aren't, but you're constantly conditioning your mind to believe that the miracles are real and that they happen all the time, and they do definitely happen all the time. They do. Isn't that a more fun way to be? Which is more fun? Miracles happen, or this is how it is and this is it? To sum up many of these details, it's yes, you can create them, you believe, you may not always be conscious when you are creating the miracles. And that is part of the miracle. It's not about, as I said, tying back to the point in the beginning. They may seem simple to those who perform them. You may just know something that helps someone, or you just intuitively do the right thing, whatever right is. There's technically no such thing in my brain. It's going to allow the miraculous and synchronicities to take over your life in the most wonderful, amazing ways, where you will start to see it happen by believing, by asking. Ask yourself, ask whatever you call life to be, whatever your belief system is. Research those who have miracles. Tell me, what miracles do you love? Is it walking on water? Is it something as simple as, oh my God, people are nice to me this one day and everyone was nice to me and I've never had that happen? Can be simple, can be big, can be both. Let us know down below so we can share with the whole world and share with each other. I honestly would love to hear. Lastly, remember that the miracles that we create together in lives can have a ripple effect and change the world, one miracle at a time.